Good day, Saints. I'm Joel Hannon.
And I'm Bryson Holbrook. This is the second installment of Saints Weekly for the Apes class.
To kick off, we'll start with Landon's insight to the life of Mr. Chad Inlaw.
Some say being a teacher is the hardest job in the world, but Chad Inlow makes it look easy. Chad Inlow is a new teacher at OCS, and the students already love him. We're going to find out why.
Being able to interact with the students in different ways and continuing to grow and learn with them.
One of Chad Inlow's biggest strengths is the relationships he builds with his students.
Chad is a very nice guy, and he makes us feel comfortable in his classroom. I really like him.
His students have affectionately nicknamed him Chatty Daddy.
He's a cool cat and kitten, you know. Him on the senior trip, he was wild and every single day, every single night.
Chad is a great teacher here at OCS, and we all love him. Chad Inlow will hope to continue to excel at his teaching job and also continue the success of the OCS football team. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Landon Hahn.
Thanks, Landon. Mr. Inlow is not the only new teacher, though. Logan talked to Mr. Newberry, who also happens to be his dad.
Take it away, Logan.
OCS, we have a lot of new teachers this year, but there's one teacher in particular that has a familiar last name. Mr. Newberry has had a successful part of this year. He is balancing coaching and teaching. We asked him how he has felt about this year.
Kind of a change, getting back into the classroom after about 20 years in the corporate world, so it took a little bit of adjustment. Still settling in there. Coaching was great. It was kind of like hardly missed a beat. It's been a lot of fun working in the classroom with the students and also on the field.
Many students have all enjoyed his class so far this year for many reasons. One student in particular likes his class.
Mr. Newberry is a nice guy. He's a great teacher. He's also very productive, and I'm also productive in class.
His co-workers also really enjoy working with him.
Coworker, I think he's great. He is a lot of fun. He's got a great personality. He's mature but still funny. I really enjoy working with him.
He teaches U.S. history and A-Push. He also coaches for the football team. As the football team goes into the playoffs, we hope his first year will continue to improve. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Logan Newberry.
Thanks, Logan. Hey, Joel, have you noticed that your MacBook has been taken?
Yeah, I can't use my Touch ID anymore.
Eli went on a mission to find out why admin is purging the Macs.
The addition of the new MacBooks was an exciting upgrade from the Chromebooks, but recently they were confiscated by the administration. Let's find out why this technology was taken away from us. Beginning this school year, each student got assigned a personal MacBook for schoolwork. Braden Grande is one of many students who had a strong opinion about campus technology.
I think them taking the MacBooks away was finally the first step in success at the school. I think more measures like that need to be taken. No phones on the premises, things like that. I think they should completely have their rights stripping away at the school.
Braden wasn't the only student affected by this tragedy. Kenna Wilkinson, a student enrolled in technology classes, was confused when they took away the MacBooks in October.
It was very disrupted. I was very personally offended, and I wasn't able to get any work done, and it was just very stressful and caused a lot of anxiety.
Students seem to not be too happy about the loss of MacBooks. Mrs. Emick has an explanation for those who were left baffled by the confiscation of technology.
It's necessary for them to get taken away because overall, I mean, we're students. That's our whole point in being here. And if the students don't have the programs they need because the MacBooks aren't updated, then your time as a student, the quality of that is diminished.
OCS students have been reunited with their treasured MacBooks, although with some new updates in place. OCS experts say this new update will improve all digital experience for all students, despite the educational disruptions it caused. For reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Eli Schrader.
Well, it's nice to know that the admin have our best interest in mind, but I still miss my Touch ID.
On the bright side, OCS's 2022 through 2023 basketball team is looking spectacular. T. Strauss shot some hoops with the boys to get the scoop.
Kobe!
With the football season coming to an end and winter sports starting around the OCS campus, one team has high hopes for their season.
We talked to one student who removed himself from the team shortly after this video.
We made it far in the playoffs last year. I think we can do it again. Luke Ray is going to go off for 50.
This player is unsure about how the team will do this season.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things to be excited about. New court, the new scoreboards are really cool. But other than that, you know, I mean, we just played in a scrimmage and got absolutely smacked, so I don't know if the season outlook is really going to be that good. But definitely everything looks pretty cool in there. So.
One familiar face for the students. Can't wait for the season to start.
Yeah, so excited to start this year off. Coming off a semifinal finish last year, and then this year we're going to be bumping up to 4A, which will be very, very competitive. But we're excited about what that can mean for us, and excited for another year of Saints basketball.
We'll see how they do against live competition. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Thomas Strauss.
I think the team's going places.
Good places, right?
Sure.
You know who else had a really good season? Football. Grande, the commentator extraordinaire. Tell the people what they need to know.
Each passing week, OCS football is just getting better and better, and with playoffs right around the corner, this could mean big success for our school. Although many have high hopes for this postseason, some students are born to hate. Joel Ulahanen is one of these students.
I don't think OCS is going anywhere. First round exits. Luther is crushing them. Luke Ray's not going to make a single catch. Garrett Wilson's going to throw at least 5 interceptions. Good luck OCS in the first round.
This view tends to be the exception, though, as many students are expecting a deep playoff run. Mason Lopez, the starting corner for the Saints, knows just how hard they've been working.
The team's pretty well prepared for this playoff run that we're about to make, and hopefully we come out on top.
Players aren't the only ones working hard, though, as many coaches are emphasizing just how important this game really is.
Defensively, I think we have to create turnovers and make Washington drive the field if they are going to get points. And then offensively, I think we need points every drive, whether that's field goals or touchdowns, and kind of ball control.
Thanks, Grande. Hey, Bryson, have you noticed that the game is almost done?
Yeah, I'm super excited. The old chapel there, it really reminded me of my sad childhood.
All right. Connor, the floor is yours.
There's a project outside the school, and the anticipation is high for the students. The school is building a new performance art center, and they have been working for close to a year.
I think it's going to be really convenient having it right there. So yeah, it's going to help that really long walk every Wednesday.
Many students are excited about having the new performance art center close to the school.
Well, I would say I am enticed by the new chapel experience. I can't wait for a new chapel room, better songs.
Although the students and staff are very excited about being close, it feels like it has taken a lot longer than we thought, even though it's still on track.
So far, everything is on schedule. Over Christmas break, we'll be doing a lot of moving out of where the auditorium is in that building where we have chapel and moving things in, hopefully.
The staff is also looking forward to having a bigger space to use for chapel. While many students and staff are excited about the Performing Arts Center, I guess we'll all have to wait. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Connor Davis.
Looking good. Thanks, Connor.
You know what else the PSC could be used for? The musical productions. Karis asked Mrs. Lord about the one-act play, Nora's Lost.
Oh, can I say the thing?
Fine.
Lights, camera, action.
Many people put in a lot of hard work and effort into the designing and building of the set pieces in the one act. Let's talk to some people to see how it all came together. Mr. Emig was a really important part of constructing the set pieces, specifically the periactoids. The periactoids were 4 feet wide and 8 feet tall.
So Miss Lord sent me an email, says, hey, we're going to build periactoids this year, and I had no clue what they were. So she showed me a picture, and they're basically triangle set pieces. After some discussion with Miss Lord, we decided we'd go ahead and build the 4 foot wide ones just because it was easier than trying to cut down a full sheet of plywood. And the idea was to build them so that they would come apart and be transportable, but due to short time, we had to build them solid.
There were many set pieces being built for Nora's Lost. The crib took many weeks to build and was the most challenging because of all the corrections that had to be made.
Building the crib was a real challenge, it was just so flimsy, and when Jack Sampson picked it up and broke it, we had to rebuild it, and it was really annoying.
Mrs. Lorg was the director of the one act and helped design the periactoids.
The periactoids worked perfectly. They moved smoothly. The designs on them were wonderful. We got great feedback on all of our ballots from our regional competition. So they were perfect and I loved them. Transporting them was very stressful, but they all arrived in one piece.
Overall, stagecraft played a significant role in helping bring Nora's Lost together by constructing set pieces. Let's see how the drama department does in the one act next year. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Karis Cooper.
And cut.
Speaking of cuts, we can now film our new stand-ups on our brand new green screen.
Our friend Gwen has a passion for this topic.
This year, journalism received a new addition to the classroom that allows a student to be anywhere at any time.
Good day, Saints.
Bryson Holbrook is the first anchor for journalism this year. This is important because the anchors use the green screen the most.
I think the green screens are amazing. We could have anything back here. We could have Shrek dancing with Donkey. We could have anything.
Carly Burton was in journalism last year when the green screen was much smaller.
This year with the really nice new green screen, we actually look like we're in whatever place we, set the background to. And I did actually convince someone that I was inside an active volcano.
Mrs. Zimig is the journalism teacher here at OCS. Her class is where the new green screen is located.
We now have an entire wall. We can run and jump and be anywhere we want, our full bodies. It's going to change everything, and I'm so excited to see what the students do with it.
Most of the journalism students agree that the class as a whole will benefit from the new and improved green screen. New green screen will be beneficial to all future journalism students. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I am Gwen Mullen.
Thanks, Gwen. That was the most beautiful, energetic news package ever.
Indeed. Thank you for joining us on this week's installment of Saints Weekly.
Make sure to tune in next week.